Dear students, so we have already started lesson number 1 of class 8 science, that is crop production and management. In this lesson, we are studying about how crops are produced and how we can store them and how we can manage them. So Paheli and Bujo went to their uncle's house during the summer vacation. Their uncle is a farmer. One day they saw some tools like khurpi, sickle, shovel, plow, etc. in the field. So one day Paheli and Bujo, they went to their uncle's house, and their uncle is farmer, and so they saw khurpi, sickle, shovel, plow, etc. in the field. Bujo asked question to Paheli. I want to know where and how we use these tools. So Bujo and Paheli both, they asked their farmer uncle that how and where we can use these tools. So you have learned that all living organisms require food. Plants can make their food themselves. Can you recall how green plants synthesize their own food? Animals, including humans, cannot make their own food. So where do animals get their food from? So this already we know that every living being requires food. Plants prepare their food with the help of photosynthesis, and animals, including us, human beings, they get food from the plants. But first of all, why do we have to eat food? Why do we need food? You already know that energy from the food is utilized by organisms for carrying out their various body functions such as digestion, respiration and excretion. So from the food we get energy, and this energy is utilized by organisms to carry out their different metabolic physiological functions like digestion, respiration, excretion, reproduction, circulation, etc. We get our food from plants or animals or both. So all the living organisms, including human beings, they get their food from plants or from other animals or from both. Since we all need food, how can we provide food to a large number of people in our country? So here Bujo is puzzled. All the human beings need food. So from where we are getting this large number of food to provide in our country? Food has to be produced on a large scale. So here Paheli replies that to provide food to all the people of our country, the production of food should be on a large scale. In order to provide food for a population, regular production, proper management and distribution is necessary. To provide food to a large population, its production, management and distribution is necessary. So here in this chapter, we will be studying about agriculture. But this agriculture, where it started and when it started? So here you can see, till 10,000 BCE, people were nomadic. So in earlier times, people were nomadic, that is, they used to wander from one place to another to gather food. They were wandering in groups from place to place in search of food and shelter. Means they were nomadic, moving here and there for food and shelter. They ate raw vegetables, fruits and started hunting animals for food. But later on, they could cultivate land and produce rice, wheat and other food crops. Thus was born agriculture. So later on, when they were eating fruits, vegetables, they threw their seeds on the land, and somehow they noticed that from the seeds, new plants are emerging. So from there, that concept came that from the seeds, new plants can be cultivated, can be formed. So they started settling towards river banks, at the banks of rivers, so that they can get sufficient water for producing plants from the seeds. So this is how agriculture was born. When plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is known as crop. So what is crop? That is when at a particular area, same kind of plants are being grown. That is known as a crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all the plants grown in a field are that of wheat. That is, if wheat plants are growing, all the plants should be of wheat. If any rice plant or rose plant is there, then that rice plant or rose plant will be treated as a weed, that is unwanted plant. So here in this chapter we are going to study about crops, agriculture and practices to grow crops. You already know that the crops are of different types like cereals, vegetables and fruits. These can be classified on the basis of season in which they grow. So here we are categorizing crops on the basis of season. India is a vast country. The climatic conditions like temperature, humidity and rainfall vary from one region to another. So here so much climatic conditions are there. Different parts, different climatic conditions are there. So in different areas, different types of crops are being grown. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the country because we are having different type of rainfall, temperature, humidity. So much variety of crops we can see in our country. Despite this diversity, two broad cropping patterns can be identified. These are Kharif crops and Rabi crops. So what are Kharif crops? The crops which are sown in the rainy season are known as Kharif crops. The rainy season in India is generally from June to September. So the crops which are grown in rainy season, that is from June to September, are known as Kharif crops. Examples are paddy, maize, soyabean, groundnut and cotton are Kharif crops. Another type of crop comes, that is Rabi crops. So these are the crops which are grown in winter season, that is from October to March. Examples of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed. So on the basis of seasons, two main categories of crops are Kharif crops and Rabi crops. Besides these, pulses and vegetables are grown during summer at many places. So during summer, different pulses and vegetables are grown in different parts of country. Now, basic practices of crop production. Here Bujo is asking why paddy cannot be grown in the winter season. So paddy is a Kharif crop. It requires a lot of water. So here Paheli is answering, paddy requires a lot of water, therefore it is grown only in the rainy season. Cultivation of crops involves several activities undertaken by farmers over a period of time. You may find that these activities are similar to those carried out by a gardener or even by you when you grow ornamental plants in your house. So farmers practice different agricultural steps to produce crops, and these are known as basic agricultural practices, which are listed below. So first one is preparation of soil, another is sowing of seeds, next adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation of crops, protecting crops from the weeds, harvesting of crops and proper storage of crops. Okay, so in next video we will be studying details of these 7 agricultural practices. So see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.